Hi, my name is Peter Jobst. I'm your IT consultant. Thanks for watching our channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like and leave your comments below. We always are looking for your comments to answer new questions that you have for us. And today we have a great topic that we're talking about today, and that is successful projects. This is for all the business owners out there about what to do and how to successfully complete your projects that you have coming up, whether they're IT related or just building out your office. So today we're going to be talking about the 6 phases to a successful projects. All right, let's get into it. This is the 6 phases to successful projects, and you need to follow these phases every single time you do any kind of project, whether it's IT or business projects that you're going to do. This is a good, helpful tip for anybody that's in a project. So let's get started with the first one. The first one that you always want to do is discovery. Number 1, discovery. Now, a lot of people don't start with discovery. A lot of times people just start with development and they just start building. And this is kind of like when you were a kid and you had a model airplane that you got and you just opened it up and started gluing the pieces together, and then you look at the instructions and then you realize that you had to do something in the beginning, right? So in our discovery, this is a very important phase. It's the number 1 thing that you're going to do, and you're going to start in of documenting everything, going through any current documentation that's already exists, writing any documentation that needs to be written, listing everything out about how the project is doing. So you're going to do the discovery on this of starting to put together your project management, all your resources, and you're going to find out everything you need to know ahead of time on paper. Okay, so start with discovery. Number two is development. So development is you go into after you have discovered what you're going to be doing, you start to actually think about, okay, how am I going to build this? And you want to build this in a scale model, and you can do this on paper. You can do this. You can start to actually implement this in starting on a virtual machine or building something that you're actually starting to do the development of it. And in this, this is going to be development stage, right? So you have developers, they're making this in their development environments, definitely not ready for production, because this step number 3 and the phase number 3 is testing. So you have you're going to develop, and then you're going to start to test what you're working on in development. You're going to, when you're in these phases right here, a lot of times these phases go back and forth quite a bit. So it goes here, it comes back into development, it goes back into testing. And on these times, this is where you're going to be making sure that everything is right. This is where you're going to be developing, you're going to be testing it, you're going to be improving it, you're going to be testing it, you're going to be improving it, you're going to be testing it until you think you have everything right. Then you want to be thinking, okay, it's gone through our testing, everybody seems to be happy with it, we've thought about all the things that we need to think about, we've broken it a few times, we fixed it a few times, and now we're thinking about, let's implement this thing. Number 4. This should be a very smooth and short phase. If you have done your work in the first 3 phases, implementation time should be a very short window in comparison, because you've already thought about all the thresholds that you have to hop over. You've already thought about all the obstacles that you're going to need to deal with when you get there, and you're going to implement this, and it should be smooth. There shouldn't be a lot of surprises in here, because when you've been going through your development, you've been going through it so many times that you have virtually implemented many times already. So that's one of the keys, is that you get good at kind of deploying things or implementing it before it goes into the real world. When you come into your implementation, you should be an expert at it. You should be very good at it. And it should be very simple. A lot of times when we do deployments, we've already done it 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then we go to the implementation, and it goes along just like we've done many times in the past. So maybe it only takes 2 or 3 or 4 hours to do the implementation, and really nothing too exciting should happen. It should work as it was engineered to do. But you're not done yet. You've implemented it. It's now live and out on the internet. What do you do next? Important number 5 in the phases, it's called cleanup. Cleanup is, I implemented. You know what, I forgot about my team that's over in India, or I forgot about these other guys that needed something special or needed some sort of access. And so you're going through as a successful implementation, but you're going in and you're maybe cleaning up some of the old instances that you don't need anymore. Maybe you're locking everything down, that some things that you had forgotten about. You're kind of putting on the final touches of everything and making sure that it's 100% correct, right? Number 6. Number 6 is follow-up. This is important as consultants or as business owners. This step is not really a technical step. This step of the follow-up is to make everybody understand that the project is actually completed and it was completed successfully. And you want your stakeholders to agree with you that the project is complete and that it was a success. If you can get your clients to agree with you and verbally say that in the follow-up that this was a great project. You guys did everything you needed to do. You did everything you said you were going to do. We're happy with it. That means that the project is actually complete at that time. And those are the 6 phases to a successful project. You can follow these every single time. You will find yourself going back through these. Don't be worried about if you go through the phases a few times, but do not ever skip a phase. Never go from discovery to just jump into development, or I'm just going to go straight into I'm just going to get this and I'm going to start implementing that. That is a recipe for disaster, because you will find all those broken things after you've implemented it. That's our 6 phases to successful projects. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Leave us comments down below, and we'll catch you next time.